Hello everyone, welcome to SCIMETS Biology. Hope you all are doing great. Well, in our last class, we were discussing about the definition of cell, how cell was discovered. We have discussed cell theory in details. Then why is cell known as a self-sustained unit? We have seen how surface and volume of a cell is related to its efficiency. Then we discussed about unicellular and multicellular organisms and the advantages of multicellularity. We are going to start with cell size. This part is just informative, okay? Now, cells are of different shapes and sizes. Like I've already mentioned in my previous video, cell shape is related to the function it performs, right? Now, there is a great variation in the size of cells in the living world. For example, mycoplasma is the smallest cell in the world. Ostrich egg is the largest known animal cell. Nerve cells are the longest cells in the human body. And in the plant kingdom, Acetabularia and algae consist of a single cell about 10 centimeters in length. See, these are the basics of cell structure and function. And I'm trying to go really slow so that your basics are clear. Once that is done, it won't be difficult for you to grasp the other difficult concepts. Moving on to compartmentalization of a cell. The cells of plants and animals possess numerous membrane-bound intracellular compartments called organelles, meaning little organs. These organelles include nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, cell wall, cell membrane, or the plasma membrane, Golgi apparatus, lysosome, mitochondria, vacuole, and so on. All these organelles perform specific functions in a well-organized manner. These intracellular compartments basically help the cell to keep separate the diverse kind of chemical reactions occurring in it all the time. Now, the cells containing proper membrane-bound organelles are known as eukaryotic cells. And those cells which lack proper membrane-bound organelles are known as prokaryotic cells. Pro means primitive, and karyon means nucleus. Similarly, in case of eukaryotic, U means new and karyon means nucleus. So we can say on the basis of presence or absence of organized nucleus, two types of cells have been recognized. They are prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. What are prokaryotic cells? Prokaryotic cells are the ones that lack a well-organized nucleus. Organisms composed of prokaryotic cells are commonly referred to as prokaryotes. And the cell that has a well-organized nucleus is known as a eukaryotic cell. Organisms made up of eukaryotic cells are known as eukaryotes. Now let's look at the differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. This is a typical structure of a prokaryotic cell, and this is an animal cell or a eukaryotic cell. Now talking of prokaryotic cells, prokaryotic cells are mostly 1 to 10 microns in size, whereas eukaryotic cells are mostly 10 to 100 microns in size. Prokaryotic cells are all single-celled, and eukaryotic cells have extensive tissue formation. Cell wall is present in most but not all cells in prokaryotes, and in eukaryotes, cell wall is present in plants and fungal cells only. A plasma membrane is present in both types of cells. Nucleus, which is the most important factor here. Prokaryotes do not have a well-defined nucleus, whereas eukaryotes have a well-defined nucleus containing genetic material. The different organelles like mitochondria, lysosome, endoplasmic reticulum, then Golgi complex, all of these organelles are absolutely absent in prokaryotic cells. Prokaryotes can be aerobic or anaerobic, and they have great many variations as well. Whereas eukaryotic cells are all aerobic in nature. Photosynthetic enzymes are bound to the plasma membrane as composite chromatophores in prokaryotic cells. In eukaryotic cells, photosynthetic enzymes are packaged in plastids bound in membranes. Obviously, this is an animal cell and the plastid is not shown here, but in a plant cell, plastids are present. Also, some of the additional factors present in prokaryotic cells that are absent in eukaryotic cells are the presence of a capsule layer. This capsule layer protects these prokaryotic cells. Also, there are these structures known as fimbriae, pilus or pili, and flagellum or flagella. These structures basically help the prokaryotic cell to attach to any substratum, or the flagellum, which specifically helps in movement of the prokaryotic cell. These structures are mostly absent in eukaryotic cells. I wouldn't say all cells, but mostly absent in eukaryotic cells. A few special kind of cells do have a flagellum, but their organization is different, and not all cells have these flagellum or ciliated structures. You can pause the video and take a screenshot of this comparative study between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells are of two types, plant cells and animal cells. A typical eukaryotic animal cell is composed of a mass of jelly-like translucent protoplasm bounded by a plasma membrane. See, this is the protoplasm, and here it is bounded by the plasma membrane. In plant cells, the plasma membrane is surrounded by a rigid and porous cell wall made of cellulose. See, plasma membrane, here this is the plasma membrane, and it is enclosed by a cell wall. Now this cell wall is a freely permeable membrane. Meaning it allows the easy transport of water and mineral salts in and out of the cell. On the other hand, the plasma membrane is a selectively permeable membrane. It allows only certain materials to enter or exit the cell. The general fluid mass of the portion of protoplasm found between the plasma membrane and the nuclear envelope is known as the cytoplasm or the cytosol. See, it is present in both. The cytoplasm is characterized by the presence of several organelles like mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, centrosome, ribosomes, lysosomes, etc. Nucleus is the most important organelle. Here, nuclear envelope, nucleolus, this is the nucleus, and is situated almost in the center of most cells. It controls all the vital activities taking place in the cells. Hence, usually referred to as the director or the control room of the cell. Clear? Some fluid-filled membranous vesicles called vacuoles are also found in the cytoplasm. The vacuoles are very small in animal cells, but in a mature plant cell, a large central vacuole is present. See this one, central vacuole. This membrane around the vacuole is called the tonoplast. For school students watching this video, this might come as a question. What are the other differences between plant and an animal cell? The plant cells are larger than animal cells. The photosynthetic cells are green due to the presence of chloroplasts. See, these chloroplasts are present in plant cell but absent in animal cells. Centrosome, an important organelle present in an animal cell, is absent in plant cells. Golgi apparatus in plants is known as dictyosomes. School students, this also might come as a question. In plants, cytokinesis or cell division or the division of cytoplasm. Cytokinesis occurs due to the formation of cell plate. This is the result of formation of a furrow in the center of the cell. There are many other differences between a plant and an animal cell. I have just mentioned a few of them. Here is the difference between plant and animal cell. You can pause the video and take a screenshot. So with this, we come to the end of today's lesson. Thank you all for watching this video. In our next class, we will discuss about cell organelles in details. This and the previous lecture video was absolutely elementary level. From the next video onwards, the lectures will be a little advanced. And in case you have any doubts regarding the lesson, you can ask me directly on Telegram or you can send me an email. I will leave the links in the description box below. So thank you once again. See you in my next class.